Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the Starship Bonehead. Hey guys, now you're probably thinking, hang on, what's all this new series and stuff? Well, like the up until this point, I've been kind of doing a tutorial thing, and I kind of want to move away from the tutorial thing and just get into doing wild and crazy stuff. Like the crazier the better. So I thought we'd just kind of pick up where we left off and just like, how about, I was trying to think of like crazy things we could do. How about if we take this entire space station and go to Minmus? How about that? Would that work? And I was thinking we could like take a lander with us, and then we could like go down to the surface repeatedly and bring back science, which we can process in our science lab, and then beam the info back. Oh, I love this. Beam the info back to Kerbin. And that gets a ton, like an absolute ton of science, and then we can go and do really wild stuff. How about that? Would that work? All right, let's do it. Okay, so step one in moving that space station to Minmus is going to be whacking a massive big engine on the back, because right now that like the little tug, I doubt the little tug could move it. Like seriously, we need a bigger engine. So we're gonna build kind of like the engine room of the Starship Bonehead. Right, let's do it. What we're gonna do, we're gonna take, you know what? Now I could do this with something else, like a lander can or something like that, but I'm gonna do this with a cupola, just because it looks cooler. Well, I think it looks cooler. You may disagree. I think it looks cooler. Right, utility. That's structural. That's not what I want. I want utility. We're gonna take a clampetron. I'm going to stick that on the top. Right. So that's how we're going to connect it to the main part of the ship. Right. Cool. Right. We're going to need to like steer this thing. So let's put on. Let's go to command and control, and we'll take an advanced reaction wheel so that we can actually turn this thing. Right. That'll do. And then I'm going to take a huge fuel tank. So I'm going to take the biggest fuel tank that we've got. Massive rocker max, and then I'm going to whack a big engine on the back, and we're going to take a poodle. Now if you compare this thing, if you look at the maximum thrust in a vacuum, it's 260. Now you compare that with the little terrier that's on the space tug, that's like 60. So this is almost 5 times as powerful. We're just over 4 times more powerful. So we need that. We like definitely need that. So that's going to be it. Like that's going to be our engine room for the Starship Bonehead. Right. You know, I'm actually kind of tempted to add some thuds to it. Like, be kind of cool, actually. And we are trying to do things that are like really stupid. So, what do you think? Should we bang some of them on? I've got to say, I'm like really seriously tempted, because that would give us a bit of oomph. Because this thing's 250. If we stick 4 of these on, then they're 120 a piece. So that's another 480. Yeah, I think we might do that. Right. A few things to sort out. The first thing is, look at the weight of this thing. Right. The weight of this thing. This is 21.8 tons. Right. We're going to have a great deal of difficulty getting that into space. So what we're going to do is we're not going to take it full. I'm going to take it like maybe 3/4 full. Yeah, about 3/4 full, something like that. And then we can top it up. We can send up a refueling mission and like top it up if we want to. So that's that. Right, now let's turn my centre of mass on. Cool. Now I'm going to have the engines on as well, which will weigh a little bit. So I'm just looking to see where I'm going to put my thruster blocks. So I want 4 thruster blocks on here. What else do we need on this? Well, we need to generate some electricity. Now this thing actually has a decent electric charge. This holds 200. So I think all we need to do is bang some photovoltaic panels on this, and I think it'd be kind of nice. See where it's got, you see where you got these different coloured sections? I think we'll just like put it like on there, 45 degree. There we go. I wish, to be honest, I really wish that we could do it without using these. But I think we're kind of going to need them. And I'm not putting any lights or any flashy stuff on this, because we've got, like, the frame rate's bad enough on there already. Trust me, we want to put a Rockomax decoupler on there. Right, let's move this up a little bit. Then we can stick our Bonehead Heavy on. If I go to the right place, we can put our Bonehead Heavy on. So we'll put a Bonehead Heavy on there. Okay, cool. We're gonna need some struts just to stabilize that. So about there, yeah, that'll do. And then just connect them to the outside of there. Right, cool. And I got it on 4. Yes, I had. So that's good. Okay, so the only thing left is if we want to add on these additional engines. And I gotta admit, it'd be kind of cool. And I do like cool things. Right, so yeah, it would be like there. Oh my lord. Oh, what a thing. Now, how much does... Look at this, it's 154 tons. My god. This is going to take some getting up in the air. How much do these thuds weigh? What did we just add? Holy crap, we just added like 4 tons to it. Ah, okay. Yeah, we might struggle. We might struggle. I think what we're going to do is we're going to reduce the fuel a bit more. Let's take the fuel down to... Yeah, let's take the fuel down to... Well, I'll refuel it. I can do that like offline. It's just a question of whether we can get this thing up to the space station. This is going to be fun. This is going to be fun. Alrighty, well, let's try and get this thing in the air. This should be fun. So, SAS on and thrusters to maximum. Yeah, I got the staging right. Yeah. Cool, right. Oh, keep your fingers crossed, guys. Let's ignition. What we got off the landing pad? Oh my god. I can't imagine how this is going to steer. I can't imagine it's going to be very good. Okay, let's turn this over a few degrees. Okay, it's still upright. So that's a good start. Once we get over 100, I'll start to throttle back. Like if we get over 100, this is accelerating fairly slowly. I think I'm just going to bring this down to like 50%. Yeah, maybe a little bit below. As long as we're still accelerating, yeah, we're fine. Alrighty, so we're just about ready to jettison our first set of tanks. Let's hope this goes smoothly. And there they go, lovely. Alright. So far, so good. I'm going to disable temperature gauges. And yeah, now it's... I think we can probably start to tip this over a little bit towards 45 degrees. We're up to 8,000. I mean, in like an ideal lift, you're at 45 degrees by like 10,000. So let's take this over a little bit. You know, actually, this seems to be like not too badly behaving itself. Right, let's increase the thrust to maximum. Get it over to 45 degrees. We're up at 22,000. Alright. Alright, you know what, guys? This might actually work. This is nothing short of staggering. Right, let's go and check out. What's our apoapsis? Oh, we're climbing. We're getting up there. But, man, we're lifting some pretty heavy weight. But the thing is, we're actually lifting like a massive engine and fuel. So, like, even if this stage can't get us the whole way into orbit, which I doubt that it can, we've got a massive engine and fuel to get us up into orbit and then dock with the space station, which will become the Starship Bonehead. Right, we're coming up, so just over 70 we'll do, like 75, so we'll call it, yeah, that'll do. That's more than enough. Right, what do we need? We need to put in a maneuver burn at the apoapsis, so add a maneuver there. Let's crank this up. That's probably a bit high. Let's bring that down. What is it now? 91, a bit too much. Yeah, 84. That's pretty much darn perfect. What's our burn? Our burn is a minute 3 seconds. So we'll start it at about 30 seconds. Let's just check our fuel status. What's our fuel status? Ooh, not fantastic. Let's get ourselves pointed towards our maneuver icon. At least this thing steers fairly well, which is kind of nice. So there we go. Yes, come up a little bit. There we go. Right. So, what are we at? 39, 37. Okay, you know what? Let's kick it off now. Right, and we'll see how much fuel we've got. I'm estimating we've got about 40 seconds of fuel, so I think this is going to run out with about 20 seconds to go or something. We're almost out of fuel. We're down to 21, 20, 19, 18, 17. Oh, and right, let's ignite this. Wow. 4, 3, 2, 1, and let's cut that, and let's see where we are. Wow, I like the engines on that thing. I was kind of shocked. It was like, whoa. Right, so there's our periapsis is at 7,000. And we're at 79. 7,000. We need a bit more burn. So let's have a bit more burn. Oh, man, these engines are powerful. 35. Let's just have a little bit. And I should click on that. Let's turn those engines off. Let's click on this so that I can see. Well, 74. Wow. Okay, that is pretty much bang on perfect. All right, so let's see. Let's get rid of this. You know what? Let's click on that and get rid of this. There we go. Right, where's the space state? Where's the BISS? There it is. Right, so we're about half an orbit away. Well, about a third of an orbit away. It's going to take a few orbits for us to catch up with that. You know what? Let's set it as our target. We probably won't now. We're going to be too far away to get any indicators. I'll let this run a few orbits and then we'll catch it up. Okay, so we've had a few orbits, and I've tightened I've tightened our orbit a little bit in line with the BISS, and we are at our next intersect. We are 1.1 kilometers away. So we can begin our docking maneuvers. Okay, so we're coming up to 200 meters away from the BISS, so we're pretty darned close. I think it is time for us to maybe think about slowing down. We're moving at 5 meters per second. Let's flip around to the retrograde. And I've just been doing the usual maneuvers to get us close. So doing retrograde burns, and then flipping around to the pink prograde and advancing our progress towards the space station. Here we come. We're coming in at a pretty nice lick, actually. So let's start to slow that down, I think. 2 meters per second. Right, okay. Okay, we're coming in at a pretty good angle as well. I kind of like this. Now, our only issue, I'm just going to slow us right down. 0.2 meters per second we're coming in at. One thing that's just occurred to me, I've got to move the space tug to make room for this. Now what we're going to do, I think, is we'll undock the space tug and put it somewhere else. And then one thing that we are going to have to do is build and bring up a lander that we can use to go down to the various planets that we end up at. So yeah, okay, cool. What am I going to do then? I guess at this point I need to switch over and undock. Well, let's do it. You know what? Don't talk about it. Let's do it. So yeah, this is going to be kind of fun. I love doing this. So let's undock this. So we'll undock that. You know, I should have actually checked that I had a pilot on board, but I'm pretty sure that I do. So, who else is on there? A bunch of people. Who's on this one though? That's the question. Oh, that's that, and then here we go. Who's on board? Oh, it's Melise. Of course it is. Melise is our tug pilot. Right, Melise. Do you think you can manage to do this? There's a lot of docking going on, I have to say. Right, let's turn SAS on. Now, how am I going to do? Am I going to do this with RCS? Yeah, I guess I'm going to do this with RCS. We've got plenty of RCS on board. Yeah, loads of the stuff. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to spin it around this side and see what my alignment is. And my alignment is pretty good. So actually, I'm going to... or is it? I'm trying to figure it out, actually. Yeah, no, that's okay. So let's bring her across a little bit. Okay, so you know what? We actually need to spin this around slightly to get this right. So I think there... Is that better? Yeah, I think that's better. Right. So now we can cancel that movement, that lateral movement, and we can spin it around. I'm going to dock it on one of these, I think. I should probably, I should probably go and dock it over there opposite this, but I'm just going to dock it on one of these for now. So let's spin her around. So no, I don't want to do that. I want to spin it around that way. Oh, I got the lights on. Cool. Right. So let's spin you around that way. Till we get to like 90 degrees ish, and then we probably want to pull the nose up a little bit. Okay, like that kind of thing. A little bit more. Yep. A little bit more. Okay. So you know what? My alignment's not right. I need to move this. I need to spin this around to. See, it should be that way, I think. Oh, no, hang on a second. I need to be aligned to... okay. I wonder if I align it that way. I think that's right. Is that right? Yes, that's right. There we go. Now I'm going the right way. Takes me a while, but I get there. Right, let's drift across over here. This, I mean, this should be a relatively simple docking. It should just be a case of drifting over here, and then cancel our lateral movement and a little push forward. I mean, it should be as simple as that. Taking it very gently. I got to say, I love docking. I think docking is one of the funnest things. Okay, here we go. We're getting there. Okay, let's start to cancel that lateral movement now. Okay, that looks about right. Let's move forward a little bit. If I press the right key, H, to move us forward a little bit. I think we need to cancel a little bit more of that lateral movement. Right, let's see how we're doing. Oh, that looks fairly good. I think we need to tip our nose down a little bit. And then perhaps a little nudgette forward, do you think? There we go. Oh, that doesn't look bad at all. That does not look bad at all. I think I can sit back and relax. Good job, Melise. That's sweet. That is sweet. I think we probably just need to tip the nose down a little bit just to make sure we get a dock. But we're coming in beautifully. Let's turn SAS off. That'll make it easier for the docking clamps to grab us. And there we go. Boom, and we've got a dock. Right, so we've moved the tug. So now all we've got to do is bring in our new engine room module. Oh, I can't wait for this. Let's flip over there. Right. Okay. Now we can do it all again. So we want to flip around this way. Now let's put SAS on, and we want to spin around towards the BISS. Okay, now we're moving towards it at like 0.3 meters per second, which oh, now hang on, I thought I put SAS on. Obviously I turned it off. What a bonehead. Right, so let's move towards the pink prograde. There we go. And I think we'll just nudge forward a little because we're actually drifting away slightly. So let's just have a little bit of a nudge forward. A little bit more. Almost 2 meters per second. That's about right. Oh man. So we want to move this forward. Let me speed this up a little bit. Let's get a little bit closer, shall we? Here it comes. We want to bring it down to, I don't know, like 20 or 30 meters. And we're coming in like towards the right end as well. I mean, this couldn't be much better. Right, let's quickly flip around then to the retrograde. All right, and then we'll cancel our relative movement. Let's see. You know what? Let's bring her right in. Let's get to within, I don't know, like 10 meters or something. Come on, baby. Come to Papa. Here we go. Right, now let's cancel all of that. Okay, so we're down to 0.2. Right, now we'll turn RCS on. And now that's just moving past us. We need a tiny little burn. Oh, there we go. 0. Perfect. Awesome sauce. Right, I'm going to turn RCS because I want to save as much of this fuel as possible. So I'm going to flip it around so that we're pointing in the right direction, which would be there. Cool. Oh, ho, ho, ho. We're not far away. Right, so we want to pull our nose up. Okay, tiny bit more. Right. So, like, all we've got to do is just drift across a bit, and we're pretty much in business. I'm just going to angle us slightly. Right. So, let's zoom in because I want to see which way the oh, hang on. Oh, because I got RCS turned off. What a idiot. The things I do. Right. That's we need to. Yeah. So we want to move this way. Here we come. Here we come. How are we doing? That's pretty much perfect. So I'm just going to let it drift over. There's no hurry. There's no hurry. Let's let it drift over. I might time warp it up a little bit. There we go. And then when we're pretty much in line, we're going to start slowing that down. There we go. And then like cancel it. Right. Let's have a little look. Ho 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 ho! Not bad, not bad. We need to move up a little bit, so. Oh, that's down. Oops. Let's move up a little bit. Here we come. Oh, this is going to bring us in really nicely. You know, you got to love it when you kind of get it right. It's such a good feeling. Here we come. Let's turn it around a little bit. Okay, so that's good. We can cancel that upward movement now. Right, you know what? I think it's pretty much a nudge forward and we're done, isn't it? Let's, whoop, wrong way. I always get backwards and forwards mixed up. What the hell's wrong with me? Okay. That's moving forward, like, almost imperceptibly, but let's tiny bit more. Speed the process up. You know what? I'm going to warp it forward. Look at that. It doesn't get much better than that. We just need to spin around slightly. Whoop, wrong way. That way. Just to point at the docking port. And I think we're done. Oh yeah, we're done. Nudge forward. There we go. Turn off SAS to make it easier for the clamps. And yeah, mama, give me a hard seal. There we go. And now the Starship Bonehead has a serious engine room. Oh, and I'm loving this whole thing. That's looking really good. Now, of course, the big question is going to be, when we turn on these engines, is the whole thing going to break apart? And the answer is, who the hell knows? I guess we'll find out. And if that happens, you know what? We'll have to build a new one. Right, you know what? Let's deploy the communications. Love it. What, should we, you know what? I think we should probably turn this around. I want to go the other way. I want to go that way. Yeah, I think we should probably turn the ship around, point down towards Kerbin, and send them a message that the mission has been completed successfully and we're ready to go to the next phase, which is to bring up the lander. So we'll bring up, we'll build, I've got to design it, we'll build a lander, we'll bring that up. I'm still debating, do we bring the space tug with us or do we leave the space tug behind? I don't know. Guys, leave me a comment. Are there any other modules that we should take with us? We're going to have the lander module. Anything else that we should bring with us? And, you know, I'm also looking at this and thinking, well, you know what we could do? We could detach the science section, so this whole section, and the engine section. We could leave this section behind as a refueling section. We could, if I put 2 docking ports on the lander, one like top and bottom, we could kind of plug it in or just attach it on the side or like anything, but it'd be kind of nice if it was an inline section and we detached both ends. It would mean I had to dock twice as often, but that's kind of cool because I like docking. Let me know, drop me a comment. Hope you enjoyed this episode. I'll see you for the next one. Peace out.